everybody, and welcome to the long-awaited episode 8. You may have thought we went to Mars, but we haven't. We are here. Jess, you're here. We're here together.
Oh my God, we are. I cannot believe or express the level to which life has in fact lifed.
Yeah.
It's been appalling.
Yeah.
And I should say, it's not necessarily bad stuff. It's just a lot of it,
No.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just never ending.
Trying
So
to get the stars to align. We've done it. It may
I
be
know.
November, and we're sorry that we kept you all hanging, but we are here. We've done it. We're going to record this. We are. What we've done, everybody, is Jess and I have had a few random WhatsApps, but not much.
Yeah.
So we thought, apart from what we see on each other's Instagram, we're just going to do this episode, catching each other up and catching you up, and then we'll just see how big this episode is and whether you get it in one part or two. So I don't know till I might have to do a little voice bit at the end. Who knows?
Exactly. So I guess we should start with, when did I last see you? I want to say August.
Yes, we went to the Festival of Quilts, didn't we?
We did. Did I not come to your house though?
Did you come to my house before or after the Festival of Quilts?
I think I came to your house after. Anyway, August.
Yeah.
Have you? Hang on. Here's how we'll know. Have you seen me in person with short hair?
No. I remember your Instagram reel, your amazing Instagram reel.
Oh my God.
Tug pull.
I haven't. That sounds filthy. I haven't seen
Yeah.
you in such a long time. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I have nice short hair now. Hooray! I love it.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
I haven't seen you, Jess, since you had your hair cut.
No. So, a whistle-stop tour of what has happened in the last 3 months, because it's quite a lot. I'm an auntie now.
Woohoo!
That's my first big thing. I have a nephew. He is the most gorgeous little squidge in the world. He has the ultimate cheeks. My sister has said no social media or anything for the baby, but I will WhatsApp you a photo of my nephew because he's adorable. He turned 3 months yesterday and he's gorgeous. So I've just WhatsApped you a photo. He's so cute. So that's been really big. It's been a lot of family visiting.
He is very cute.
Isn't he gorgeous? And he's got
Yeah.
such big cheeks and he looks so quizzical at everything as well, which I love. I am into year 3 of my PhD. I have got a full teaching calendar this year, which is the other reason I don't think I've touched a sewing machine in a long time. Life is lifing. I went to Paris for a bit in October. I'm going again next week. I loved it. It was so fun. I went to school in Paris briefly. I was meant to do French at university. I was fluent when I was 17. I'm obviously not anymore, but I spoke French in France and none of the Parisian people patronizingly spoke back to me in English.
That is good.
I think that's a win. I think that's
a win.
So I sewed loads for going to Paris because I had sudden, and you'll relate to this, very sudden bursts of inspiration I wanted to wear. And I was like, okay, I need to make some stuff. Because it's Paris, you can't just wear anything. It's the most well-dressed city. I've actually filmed a vlog. Shock horror again. Haven't done that in a few months either. I filmed a vlog all about my Paris wardrobe.
I've been filling the vlogging space, don't you worry about
that. I have, and I love it. I live for all of your updates. You've been so present, and I'm so impressed because I'm just anywhere else at the moment. Oh, and also we celebrated Adam's 30th birthday, so we were away in parties and stuff like that as well. So
nice.
That's where I've been. Whistle stop tour. Where have you been? What's going on?
I've visited 2 sewing shows. So I went to Farnborough and the Knitting and Stitch. I've been to London. I went to Liberty.
Very nice.
I've been to the north of England. Some might not think glamorous. I loved it.
Great.
I have crazily been doing Vlogmas since the 1st of November. I've been sewing again, like a crazy person. What else am I doing? Who knows? It'll come out while we're talking, I'm sure. So yeah, it's been really interesting. I've now visited, I think this year, 4 or 5 different sewing shows in 1 year, and I found that.
Yeah.
So the only one I haven't done is Stitch, which obviously is not till March or whatever it is. And so yeah, it's been very interesting to compare them. I know there is more I haven't been to, but there's a limit to what a person can do. So that has been just seeing who's at every single one. That's been
Mm.
one thing. Seeing the variety, feeling the vibes. I think now I can honestly look back and say which ones I would definitely go to again and which ones I might give a miss to. And I do think you can reach saturation point. I do think that I can see why people like them for definite, but I got to the point where actually there is certain stalls now that you do see everywhere, which is great for them, but because not everyone goes to everything. But I now
Exactly.
know which
But it
ones
is a
I would
bit.
probably go to. It can, yeah. So that's been interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed going to the north of England. That was very lovely. I went to First for Fabrics, which was nice to go there.
Oh, amazing. Was that fun?
Yeah,
Because I've always wanted to,
it
like,
was.
obviously I'm never up there, but I'd love to go because it's such a great shop.
Really nicely laid out. It's got plenty of choice. I bumped into Dan from the most recent Great British Sewing Bee, so that was nice. He was in there
Brilliant.
buying stuff to make for the panto that he's doing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I've just done a massive shop for a charity every year. In November, December, I do like with the money that hasn't been used for the Southern Social on like refreshments, new irons, the room, everything. I sort of do it on behalf of the Southern Social. I do a charity thing, and the last 2 years I have bought toys for where I work, the Social Cares Christmas Grotto. So for children who are
Okay.
unlikely to get many presents. This
Oh,
year, an email came out where they wanted to start a youth kitchen, and they were starting from scratch.
okay.
So with the kind extra donations from the people from the Southern Social, I've fully equipped them, which is amazing.
God, that's amazing.
So Tilly
That
and
is so
I,
good.
we spent a Saturday morning between Home Bargains, Dunelm, and the Range. Between the three of them, we got everything.
Oh,
Um,
so good.
so she was delighted when I turned up with everything from like the plastic gloves for food handling, right through to baking tins, loaf tins, mixing bowls, spatulas. And the lady who's setting it up is not a baker, she's a cook. So she was like, I don't really know. I went, don't worry, Tilly and I know. Oh yes, we've made the
Yeah,
most epic
it'll
Taylor
be
Swift.
fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we made the most epic Taylor Swift Halloween cake. That was fun.
I did see that. That
Yeah.
was incredible. I bow down, frankly, to your baking.
Well, this year I was mostly the sous chef. I didn't really get a look in. Normally it's quite a joint effort, but over the years we've made Halloween cakes for many years together now. This year I did not get a look in on the icing. Tilly had a vision. I was just a supporting role, swapping the icing bags out the freezer where her warm hands were melting the butter. But so nice that she feels that way, so that was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the charity, as soon as they finish their training, they're ready to set up the kitchen, and they will be baking things to deliver to hospitals, nursing homes, that sort of thing. So that's very
That's
exciting.
fantastic, and what a wonderful thing to do as well, and I know everyone from the Southern Social will be delighted that
Yes.
that's what you've
Yeah.
chosen to do
Yeah.
because it's so nice to give to something. I always think there's a charity at Christmas. Obviously, giving to charity is a really good thing to do,
Mm.
but it's great when you can support local initiatives and you
Yeah.
can support, like, very directly support something and, like, literally enable something to happen. Like, that's really
Yeah, yeah.
special.
And she's going to send photos once they start using everything, which is nice because, as you say, although we send off to charity and we know it will do good, seeing something come to life versus something a bit more abstract is quite nice,
Yeah,
I think. So
absolutely.
that's been happening. I've been visiting the cinema. I did the Taylor Swift album
Did
reveal.
you?
Oh yes.
I
So
was genuinely going to go to that, but it was the weekend
uh,
of my legal wedding anniversary. So
uh,
Louisa had to go. I think she forced her sister to go instead, my friend who's a diehard Swiftie. But tell me everything. What did you think?
so I thought it really I'm not a massive Swiftie. The other people in my house are. I've been slowly weaned into it over the years. And
Indoctrinated.
yes, broken, I don't know what the word is, but yeah. And so for me, it actually was really interesting to hear her talking about the inspiration for writing the songs, to hear the writing process, and also to see all the behind the scenes thoughts and filming that went into the music video for the first song, The Fate of Ophelia. including the fact that Taylor Swift baked the bread that's in the video. And I love those little like
That's really
snippets like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
And so, obviously I've been listening to the album, and as a family we've been having to pick our favourite songs, but hearing them after knowing what thought went into them hugely changes it. And I thought it was much more like the days when you used to buy an album, sit there, open it, play the entire thing, read the sleeve of the record or the CD, get all
Yeah,
the
read all the
info.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just felt that it we've kind of lost that where we've been doing pieces, and it was really nice to see Taylor bringing us back to that full album experience. And I find that sort of
Yeah.
people might be like, oh, but she's just a pop queen, but actually she's a boss lady, and she's very intelligent and very clever with what she does. And I
I
think
think
that
so.
that ability to recenter us on enjoying an entire album experience, I thought
Yeah.
was very clever. And then I think a week or 2 weeks later, we went to see the Bruce Springsteen film.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen it yet. I live with a
Yeah.
diehard Bruce Springsteen fan. We want to go see it.
I won't give
Um,
any spoilers,
yeah, don't give
but
me any spoilers because we do wanna go see it.
uh, but what I would say is Jeremy Allen White is phenomenal in the way he method acts. And I think that you don't need him to look like Springsteen to be in with it.
Yeah.
And when we left, obviously that one's a dramatisation, and it's a very small chunk of Bruce Springsteen's
Oh god,
life.
it's
Yeah,
such a specific I think a lot of people were expecting a full-blown biopic,
yeah,
but
yeah.
actually it's much more centered around is it the Nebraska era it's
Yes,
centered
yeah, and
around? Yeah.
I've read his whole, autobiography that he's written, but
Yeah.
I felt that, and I said afterwards, which I apologise if die-hard Bruce Springsteen fans are annoyed by this, but actually I felt it was like another Taylor Swift experience in that we got a window behind the writing
Yeah.
and the journey that an artist goes on, and I think that
Oh,
both of them gave
yeah.
us that. But
Well,
Jeremy
it's
Allen
also
White was phenomenal.
it's the thing is there's 2 things. So, firstly, the Nebraska period, for anyone who is unaware of Bruce Springsteen, is quite a sad period of his music.
Mm,
But for years, there have been rumors of an electric Nebraska, which
mm,
is a version of the Nebraska album, but with the full E Street Band. But it was rumor until very, very recently when Bruce was going through his old catalogue and was like, oh no, we did record this. So that's now
mm.
being released.
Yes, it has. Yeah,
And
yeah, I've been
so
listening to
Electric Nebraska's coming out, and obviously Adam is like, "Oh my god, he's losing his mind."
it.
But obviously it's like it's quite expensive because it's a big album. Um, but it's really interesting. But my favorite thing I've seen is Bruce Springsteen. So for those who don't know, Bruce Springsteen normally does not do chat shows. He really, really doesn't like doing them,
No, no.
except he loves doing Graham Norton.
Yes, I
He's
saw
done
it as
Graham Norton
well.
like 5 times in the last 5 years. Um, and did you see the interview where he sat there and Jeremy Allen White's there, and apparently Bruce Springsteen was on set for the whole film just
Yes, I
staring
loved
at
it.
him.
I know. But I found out afterwards,
Obsessed.
Jeremy Allen White even learnt how to do the style of handwriting that Bruce Springsteen does.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That is cool, isn't it?
I mean,
Yeah. So
at least the boss is there to teach you as well. It's not like when you do a film about someone who isn't there and you've got no source material. The man sat next to you, you can sort of absorb the aura.
but did you see that Bruce Springsteen bought him a beautiful Gibson guitar to learn to play on?
Oh my god, no, I
So
haven't seen that. That's so
yeah,
nice. Oh, I have a random fact for you, and forgive me if
yeah.
you knew this. So, oh god, what's his name? Sorry, you'll find this out today. My brain is gone at the moment. Back to the Future, Marty
Michael
McFly.
J. Fox.
Thank
Michael
you.
J. Fox.
You know
Yeah.
he learnt to play the guitar for that film,
Yeah, I know. It's
which and
phenomenal
now
what these
he's
people do, isn't it?
it's crazy to me because it's not like he's playing easy stuff. He's playing Chuck Berry.
I know.
He's just
That
like Jesus.
that
Okay.
that is something I annoyed I'd missed because Back to the Future has been out at the cinema this last month or so, and I was seriously annoyed I missed it because it's so many years since it. So I was like, oh, I missed
Yes.
that. No.
So I watched them all growing up, but Adam
Mm.
hadn't really ever watched them growing up. I think he might have seen the first one. So we've been rewatching them. So we rewatched the first one like last year or so. And then Back to the Future 2 has just been added to Amazon,
Yeah.
which we have through my parents' account. So we were like, "Oh, should we just stick it on?" And I'd forgotten that they go to 2015.
Yeah.
And watching that's still 10 years ago is so weird.
Yeah. My favourite Back
It's
to the Future is the one with the steam train in it. I think that's number 3, I think, isn't it?
it is. So
Yeah, I
we've
love that
queued up
one.
number 3, and I'm s 'cause I actually think I don't know if I've ever seen 3. I've definitely seen 1 and 2 so many times that I know they're the same.
Rarely do prequels of a big hit work, but I'm of the belief that actually, because they keep all the actual actors, apart from the girlfriend, I think it does work.
Do you know,
Yeah.
they admitted afterwards that they were like, "Yeah, including her in the second one was a mistake. We had to have her there for continuity because she's in the car at the end of the first one." But they were like, "Yeah, she just can't. I'm sorry, she just can't act." God, so
So,
brilliant.
yeah. And I've been reading books. I've actually been reading some
Nice.
books as well.
Good.
So I read
What are you reading?
I read a book called The Starling House. Loved it. It was sort
Okay.
of Wednesday, Stranger Things, gothic, but not gory. I absolutely loved it. And I just
Nice.
randomly picked it up in an Oxfam charity bookshop.
Mhm.
And then got my other half to read it, and he loved it as well.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so yeah, if you're looking for something a bit different, I think it's got quite a good autumn vibe. It's set in America, sort of modern times. Yeah, when I first started, I was like, "Oh," but then it was one of those books that when you read a book and when you're not reading it, you're thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
that kind of book. And now I've gone on to The House of Hollow, which is another sort of gothic type one.
Oh.
And that's got a bit of a like sewing vibe in that one of the sisters in it is a fashion designer and designs like, do you remember I spoke to you about Phantom Threads and how he would hide
Yes.
bits? She does this in this book.
Oh.
So it's taken quite a turn, but again, if you're looking for something a bit different, I bought that when I went to Whitby, in a lovely independent bookshop. And so yeah, I've been just reading some books again, which is nice.
That's so nice. I am reading I have 2 or 3 books on the go at the moment because I'm in that weird phase where I often have a couple of books on the go at the same time, not because of my
Me too.
attention span, but because if I'm reading a hardback, they're a pain to commute with. So sometimes I have a book that's in my handbag and a book that's by the
Yeah.
bed. So my handbag book, I have been reading Day of the Jackal. I've been reading it very slowly, and I am
Oh yeah.
loving it. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna take it on the Eurostar and finish it.
My
It's in British
parents had
Paris.
a Reader's Digest version of that on the shelf for my entire childhood.
Oh my god. Well,
These were
honestly, it's so
highly said.
good.
Yeah.
It's so well written.
Yeah.
It feels like it's kind of half John le Carré and half like Robert Ludlum. But,
Mm,
it's kind of a bit of Jeffrey Household as well. Like, oh, I love it, and it's proper like 60s, um, kind of assassin manhunt vibes.
mm.
It's so good. Actually, it reminds me quite a lot of Rogue Mail, that kind of thing. If anyone's ever read it, I recommend it. Jeffrey Household, really good. There's also a great Radio 4 dramatization of it, which I enjoy. The other thing I'm reading is the new Richard Osman Thursday Murder Club because it's cozy. It's
My
fun. I'm
stepdaughter
enjoying it.
has read it and it was making her laugh out loud. She thinks it's the best one. So,
I mean, so far, I might agree. It's very like
ah,
engaging. And I think I like the way he writes. Now, this is going to sound really silly because Sam has been to my house. I have a lot of books, so clearly this does not bother me normally. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying how big the type is
oh, yeah,
on
men
those
love
books
that.
before bed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm really busy and I have to say, I'm spending a lot of time reading student work and then wanting to
Mm,
hit my head off a wall. So it's really nice to read something that's not written by AI. And
yeah.
is like really no, if any of my students listen, which I assume they don't, but just in case, please stop. But also they are great and I love my students. I love them so much. But there are a few of them that do seem to think I was born 5 minutes ago. Um And I'm like, "Oh, no." No, you see, they go, I haven't used AI," and you go, "Darling, I've met you.
Mm,
Like, I know you didn't do this for,
yeah.
like, several really good reasons."
Yeah. Yes, please don't
But,
lie
you
to
know,
me. Yeah.
It's all right. Oh, God, though. I have to say, Cloudflare outage on Tuesday. Did this affect you in any way?
No.
So, it did affect me.
So antiquated, it wouldn't affect our system.
Well, it affected me in two ways. Firstly, my student attendance system is run on Cloudflare, so I couldn't check. We have to do manual registers, which is fine. But most importantly, I was skipping into class because Cloudflare runs ChatGPT. So none of my students, I was like, oh, good, we're all going to have to think today. And they were like, but it was a really
Can we just
good
take
outcome.
a minute?
Yeah.
Have you seen how Boris Johnson pronounces ChatGPT?
No, I haven't. And I'm filled with curiosity.
If anyone needs just, irrespective of how we personally might feel about him, the way he says AI and ChatGPT is just.
Can I look it up?
I can send you a reel if you can't find it. Anybody out there who needs a little chuckle right now, just go on your phone, Google it.
Oh, wow. It's so high up the search results.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Brilliant.
Hang on. Right. I'm taking a headphone off, guys.
Yeah.
Oh. I absolutely use ChatGPT. ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT.
Just watch it, Jess's face.
Why does he put on an accent? What? He says AI.
He goes, AI, like that.
Like he's an AI.
And then it's
ChatGPT. Like, is that deep fake?
Like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, smile, everybody. Just have a look at that because it's just
one of my students
brilliant.
Recently said, and they're a student whose English isn't great, so it's an idea of, I teach a lot of international students. One of them said chat gypped, and I was like, and I had to, because you're not allowed to laugh. I was like,
no. You just turn around for a minute and face the other way. I've walked into a cupboard before whilst teaching to have a laugh. I had to go in the cupboard.
There are definitely moments where I'm teaching, and because I teach university students, sometimes you can have a giggle.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I can't reward this, but that's legitimately hilarious. Like one of my students, I said to him, I'm like, right, we're doing group right now. You need to go sit with your group. And he goes, Miss, but my group are idiots. And I was like,
you just have to like, okay. Yeah.
I was like, well, you chose them. So, but you have to be like,
also, if anyone needs a laugh, on BBC iPlayer for our UK listeners, go to Would I Lie to You and find any episode with Bob Mortimer in it.
Oh my God. I love them.
If I'm sad, I just think about the tiny horse story.
Oh, the Kevin Bridges tiny horse story is great.
Yeah. No, this is the Bob Mortimer tiny horse.
Sorry, there's the Bob Mortimer tiny horse, and the Kevin Bridges rented a horse is also fantastic.
And then the other day we wanted to watch a random one, so we just went back to some early seasons and we found one about Chris Rea. For people who don't know, is the driving home for Christmas.
Chris Rea thing.
Chris Rea put an egg in my bar. I'm not going to say if it was a lie or not, but it's just so good.
I like the one where his friends and him may or may not have got arrested in a car.
Yeah.
And they've got like masks on. And they've all got ridiculous names. And I love that one for two reasons. Firstly, because, again, anything with Bob Mortimer, fantastic.
Yeah.
Because David Mitchell is losing his mind.
David Mitchell's reaction is as good as the Bob Mortimer telling of a real or fake story.
It absolutely is.
He gets he's like, I don't know, he says, because if this is true, then the world is broken. But if it's not true, what have I just listened to?
Exactly. It's the later ones where he goes, well, it's Bob. So it could be literally anything. I am suspending critical faculty. Like, I don't know. Do you know, this is actually quite a heartwarming thing. And I think actually it comes from this. I think when you look at someone like Bob Mortimer, who's lived an insane life, like a genuinely insane life.
Yeah.
I heard a thing on an American happiness podcast I listened to. And they were talking about choosing the bigger life.
Yeah.
And I quite like it as an idea where you think about when you're trying to make a decision about whether to do something. You don't have to, but like think about whether you want to choose the bigger life, like where more stuff happens and you have more connections and more relationships. And I always think about people like Bob Mortimer and like, you meet people in life who things seem to just happen to.
Yeah.
But there is those choices of like, I'm going to do
He's chosen to say yes in most occasions.
Exactly. And it shows. It really shows. It's the one where he was, what's his face? Oh, God. Who mooned Michael Jackson? Do you know
I have
who I
no
mean?
idea. No,
Okay,
I don't.
there was a British comedian who mooned Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson came over and was doing like a gig, but it was ending up a bit like a Messiah's complex church service.
Okay, don't know.
And he ran onto stage and basically mooned Michael Jackson and then ran off. And Michael Jackson's people tried to basically arrest him.
Yeah.
The police were there and Bob Mortimer was a solicitor. This isn't a would I lie to you. I just heard
because
him
he
talk
was
about
a
this on a
solicitor,
podcast.
wasn't he? Yeah.
He was a solicitor and he ended up being his legal representation. And he had to go into the room and be like, yeah, no, I'm just legal representation. I'm just going to speak to him, close the door. What did you do? It's just like, can you imagine?
I lived in the same town as where Bob Mortimer lived when I was young. And several times I would see him coming out of WH Smith's as I was going in.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, he's the kind of man you could have just said hello to. And
Yes.
now you'd be friends, Yeah,
like, exactly. On some weird random adventure together. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think saying yes is a good thing to think about. Obviously, not overcommitting ourselves, but to experiences.
Yeah. As my nan would say, be good, and if you can't be good, be careful. That's what my nan always used to say.
In what context did your nan?
You'd be leaving a visit, and she'd say on the way out, "Be good," and you go, "Okay." Nan, she goes, "If you can't be good, be careful," like that. You fall down the house.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love that so much, just as a concept.
We still say that to each other, so.
As you should. I want that. You know how people have live, love, love embroidered? I want that embroidered and like
that's much better, isn't it? Yeah.
It's way more fun.
Yeah.
So the joy, isn't it?
I think already, for anyone listening, this podcast is your safety net from what is going on out in the world right now. Because honestly, it feels a bit. That's the only way I can describe it. And what
not words, just sounds.
No, just sounds. It's just like. And I am trying to like craft moments of joy and moments of feeling like I'm making a difference, like the charity thing, because I do think that actually it is what you can do, because actually by doing something, even when we feel powerless, if we do something like help a charity get started with something or choose to spend our money with an independent business, it does make a difference. And I know we can feel powerless. I've been watching a lot of Lena Norms lately, and she did a episode right back in October, which was you've got to get up before the devil, get spending your money before capitalism tells you where to spend it for Christmas. And I thought I really like that sort of attitude that we can do stuff. We've got to get ahead, so that we're not being pressured into stuff. And I really like that vibe that she came up with.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good because as you say, there's a lot going on, and I've definitely found particularly over the last sort of 6 weeks where things have just been really busy. I have found reminding myself that I kind of have the power to use the time that I have in a way that I like. And the thing is, not even that in a productivity sense, just that I have agency and I have choice. Because there are times in your life where you don't. And those times you have to ride out. But the times when you do, I think it's really important to make even little choices because it makes you feel better. Like the other night, I was like, do you know what? I've got an hour and I'm really stressed about this PhD specific thing. So I'm actually going to take an hour. I'm just going to work on it because otherwise I'd spend this hour sat stressing anyway. So I might as well just take this time for me.
Yeah. What's it called? There's a phrase that isn't there. Eat the something. What is it? Eat the frog.
Eat frog.
Yeah, me too.
Eating the frog as well. And always originally comes from result doing like you should eat 3 frogs in your day. You should do like 3 things you really don't want to do in like they need doing.
Yeah, and they loom over you if you don't. Yeah, they just hang there, don't they? Yeah.
But I think even this is going to sound really silly, but even things like okay, I don't feel great. I am going to decide to get a cup of tea and sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to decide to go play the piano. I'm going to decide, like, it sounds really stupid, but it's really been helping me through a really, really busy time. So
No.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
this thing because it does help your sense of agency, and it does help your sense of control, and particularly when I am balancing many, many things at the moment. Because I'm coming to the end. This is so exciting. I'm coming to the end of 12 months of data collection.
Wow. Yeah.
I have done between 200 to 300 hours
Wow.
of research. And I'm so proud, but I'm also looking at my diary and going, how the has that fit in? Like,
Yeah.
I'm remembering that earlier this year, there were days I was doing 4 interviews a day every day of the week. So now we're rolling back,
Yeah.
trying to like take back some of that time consciously as well.
Yeah.
So like before we were doing this evening, I was like, oh, shall I have dinner? But actually, Adam's coming home late. We'll have dinner together anyway. So I did some of my quilt. I was like, I'm going to do some sewing because my sewing machine is gathering dust and staring at me accusingly from behind my many laptops. Seriously, I literally caught a peek of my sewing machine today as piled stuff everywhere and like laptops and notes and everything. And I was like, oh, you poor thing. Like, and then I felt, emotionally honor bound to do some sewing.
How is it like that we're both right now doing like a type of quilting? Because I've done so again, it's a bit like, talking about the choices. And I was like, I loved Vlogmas last year, but it was too much doing it every day. I just felt like I was on this conveyor belt, like, what? Like that. So I thought I liked it, but I wanted to slow it down. And I wanted to do this scrap memory quilt, and I wanted to do it through Vlogmas because I felt that my own personal accountability would mean I wouldn't get distracted, because otherwise I will. And so I thought, if I start Vlogmas on the 1st of November and do it every other day, first of all, it slows it down for me. But secondly, I can do a quilt strip a week, and then by the end, I've made my memory quilt, and I won't have got distracted from it. So I know people might think, how is that slowing it down? But for me, it is, because it's never about not having enough ideas or not wanting to do the content. It's about having the space to do it like I want to do it. So I have just sewn together the 3rd week strip. So I did sort of crazy piecing it together week 1, all the greens. Week 2, I did 9 squares, precise 9 squares. I did 6 lots of 9 squares. And that was all like tutti frutti, bright oranges and things. And then I've just done week 3, which is blues. And I've kind of done log cabin, but not quite. And then, so that I'm going to surround them with plain blue fabric. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't know how you're finding it. Just that opportunity to play with fabric in a different way.
I think so. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the quilting. I think one of the things I like about quilting, or I'm beginning to actually love about quilting, is I don't know how to explain it, that I can sew without having to think necessarily, or the thinking I'm doing is in some way predetermined. Because when you're really, really busy and you're looking at uncut fabric and you go, right, I've got to wash that and I've got to have a pattern for it and I've got to then cut that out and then I need to sew it. And it's
then
like,
I need to read some instructions, possibly, for a new pattern, or work it out. Yeah.
And then just, and then suddenly you try and do it. You don't end up doing anything of it because you don't have time. So the joy of quilting for me is having a project I can pick up and literally do 10 minutes of. And that's actually really nice. And also, I am log cabining properly. I've got 2 more to do, and then my core sort of log cabin squares are done. So I've got like 3 layers on each now. So I'll have 12 of those, and then I need to cut a much bigger piece and figure out how I'm going to like border them. I've got an idea in my head, and that's nice because the creative element of piecing is very satisfying, very soothing. But again, at the end of the day, I'm sewing together rectangles.
Yeah.
So
and I agree.
I don't need to think.
No, and I was talking to someone about this at the social the other week. They said to me, because I was like, oh, which should I do first? I've got a coat to finish, or I could start stitching that together. And she said, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you have multiple projects. And I said, I need different things for when my brain is in a different place. Like you were saying, there are days when I want a quick win and I just put together like a quick t-shirt. There are days when I really want to take my brain on a creative journey. And then there are days where I'm happy to do a hard thing. But if I forced myself to finish one type of thing, I would end up losing my sojo because I need the thing for the space where my brain is on that day.
Yeah.
And I think I've done quilting before, but actually having quilting as like included in my projects, it is great, isn't it? Because you can just pick it up and go, I just made this little square of like 5 bits of fabric
Exactly.
today, and I feel like
Yeah.
I've had a win. And I've done a bit of sewing, but it's okay that I didn't have to get all the paraphernalia out and get all of this out. And you just like,
Exactly.
yes, I've done a thing.
Well, absolutely. And it is that. Sometimes you just go, I'm getting the relaxing part of sewing, which for me
Yeah.
is like, because sometimes I think there's two sets of brain for me. There's relaxing, I just want to feel fabric and use my machine and have something on and just relax. And there's, right, let's be creative, let's think about what we're going to do, let's design. And, and I think sometimes it's the soothing bit that I need to like reconnect with why I like sewing sometimes as well, particularly if a project goes wrong. So, for example, I don't know how much I'm going to say about this actually, but as in I don't know how much detail I should say. You can tell me. So you gave me that gorgeous fabric, and I had a plan for it.
Yeah.
But because a certain fabric arrived and was not the quality that it should have been, frankly, and was not appropriate for what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do with it, I used it as a toile, and thank God I did, because my idea just looked terrible. So I now
very
need to
distressing when
decide.
that happens.
I know. So the fabric arrived, and I was like, oh, and then I used it for something. I was like, oh, and then immediately it was like,
And right, there are those days where we take that, like, either we follow the pattern or taking a creative design and creating our own, and then you put it on and you're like, yeah. And you feel, again, it's just a sound, isn't it? There's just like, yeah. Yeah. I've been in a bit of a boucle phase, because boucle is bulky. It's taking up a lot of space.
God, I'll have
but
some of it if you want.
A lot of room. So I made a toile of
Nice.
of the Sylvan jacket by So Liberated, and then I decided to make a boucle one with a velvet for the collar, because I thought that'd be really nice. And when I made it and then put it on, I was just like, nah. That's how it made me feel. And you're right.
So weird, isn't it?
It is. And, so I'm like, okay, let's do something a bit different. And you're right. Just feeling fabric and playing with fabric is such a nice thing, and enjoying the patterns. And if a little square goes wrong, it doesn't feel as big investment as I've made a coat and now I'm like, about it. And it wasn't the pattern. It was definitely to do with the fabric choices, and I was adventurous in my fabric choices. Combining velvet and boucle wasn't a bit of a like, what was you thinking, love? My machine set. My machine
would have been on sewing bee looking at you like, really?
Yes. And my sewing machine was like, what are you doing? I've never had this happen before, but the stitches looked a bit loose, so I just gave a little pull and it all went brrr. It all came undone. I was like, what? Oh my God.
No.
So I was like, whoa. So
I
did longest.
All right.
Well, I was like, it's in all the years of all the things I've put it through, I've sewn through carrier bags, all sorts of things. It's never done that. And so I did a longer stitch, completely rethreaded everything, and did it once more, and then it was fine. But when I sew through boucle on boucle, it's fine. Boucle on velvet, it's like, like the
one of those
sort
things
of stance.
Oh my God. That.
I found its limit.
I say this with love, but that was doomed, surely, from the start.
I just wanted the snuggliness,
I get that. I have something I want to show you.
Okay. Headphones are off. Jess has left the chair. She's returning to the chair.
So,
I'm still here.
I bought a fabric that you're, I think, going to be impressed with. So, firstly, I got this sort of autumn leavesy thing.
Because I want to make Instagram. That is very nice.
It's very pretty. But
that's a very Kate of Ripper Seams print, that is.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
The glasses on. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to hold it up to the camera so you can see. It's got like a shadow print in it.
I was going to say, so for the listeners, it's a black background, but looks like it's got like a jacquardy, leopardy print into the black. Then you've got white zigzags that have got almost like, is it a grey between the white and the black?
It's like a tan. It looks a bit grey in the light, but it's like a tan. But it's a sateen.
Woo!
It's really cool.
Nice.
And I'm going to make myself, because I've also, and I'm introducing this for a reason, I hate all of the patterns I'm seeing at the moment. I'm in a phase where I keep saying something
You've been like that for months.
I have been. I have, but it's extra bad at the moment. But I don't know if that's because my algorithm is showing me
I think it is, yeah.
certain things. So I feel like I need to get out myself a bit. But also, I've had a bit of a revelation, which is I made the Size Me Sewing essential skirt. You know my just skirt that I made recently. It's long, it's got flowers on it. It's very pretty. And I discovered that you can just make a skirt. And it's really simple. It took me 45 minutes. And then I had a skirt. And it was
I love my self-drafted panel skirt that I came up with. I love it. I've made 7 of those
so
now.
Beautiful. Well, but it's that feeling where I was like, I kind of want to sew for the joy of garment creation without getting irritated. However, I do need to start getting excited about patterns again because I am getting grumpy and it's damaging my sort of motivation.
Just sew 9 pairs of Chanterelle pants like I did.
Well, there's one other issue, and I think I might need your help, but I also don't know if you're just going to enable me more. Okay. I am struggling to sew.
Yeah.
And I want to say this on the podcast because I'm sure there's other people in the same position. Because I do not have enough space for the clothes that I have.
Yeah.
And because I have nowhere to put away my clothes, I definitely have too many clothes. Like, I get that. That's okay. I'm going, you go through a phase where your style changes or your body changes.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's making me, I don't know what the feeling is, but I'm not happy about it. It's making me like annoyed and uncomfortable and feel like fractures.
This change
because
of
I can't put
season
my
doesn't
clothes
help.
away.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, because jumpers are bigger. They take up more room.
Do you swap your seasons out? Do you
I
have
do.
the capacity?
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely do that. But what I do sometimes, and what I've done this year, is I haven't put all my autumn winter in. I've only put part of it in because I wanted to see what I wore of that part before I bring other bits in. So sometimes I do that because then it almost makes me crave the other bits.
Yeah.
But I get that. Sometimes I'm like, I'm looking at this, I'm feeling uninspired. This is not my vibe. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like
And
I
I
can't
sometimes
put
find
my
it's the
clothes
colours.
away. Well, I don't know. I think for me it's the fact I can't put my clothes away properly.
That's not
So
good.
then I can't see what I've got and it's annoying me. So I think part of the problem, and actually I think we probably need to do a whole episode on this at some point. I have got loads of me-mades that have shrunk over the years. Pre-washed fabric and everything, but over the years, being washed continuously, they've shrunk. So I have dresses I used to wear all the time that have now shrunk to weird lengths that I'm not wearing. So I feel like I need your help to come over and like help me honestly, ruthlessly go through stuff and go, because I'm not wearing it.
Yeah.
And it's
You
taking
could
up
do what I
space.
did. At the end of the summer, I set myself a challenge. I took everything out of the wardrobe that I was wearing a lot, and I left myself with the stuff that I wasn't wearing, so that's all I had. So that I honestly had to ask myself, why wasn't I wearing it? And if the answer was, I don't like the way it feels on my body, or I don't feel comfortable in it, then I was like, right, you've got to go. You've got to leave. If the answer was other things were just getting in the way first, and actually, I really like this, then it stayed. But it was a really interesting thing to strip everything out of my wardrobe and leave me with only the things I hadn't been wearing, because it really forced me to have to ask myself, why am I not wearing this piece?
That's a really good idea. I might do that. I've got a month off over Christmas. to do PhD work, because teaching, I don't go back to teach until the 19th of Jan. So I'm taking a couple of weeks off work because I'm 0 hours, guys. I don't have like unlimited annual leave. I just don't have, I won't get paid, but it's worth it to have time to do PhD stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that might be the ideal time when I'm just at home getting dressed every day.
Yep.
And I could just, as you say, maybe strip everything out that I love, that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
And think about, because the thing is, I think, and I don't know where we all stand on this, it's hard to get rid of clothes you've made.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I see some sewists who do it, and I'm like, I could do it like that. Yeah, I'm like that.
I couldn't. I see some people selling them, and props to them. Clearly better sewists than I am, because I'm not giving my terrible own seams to people.
Scared of, like, what if my mood changes? What if my body changes and I still want it?
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a transitional box in the loft, which is the box that you're likely to go, but every time I go in the loft, I have a look. And if after X number of time I haven't worn them, I'm like, no, okay, you have to go. But
I do
I've
the same
taken
with
to,
a
like,
bag sometimes. You put everything to go to charity in a bag, and then you don't take it to charity for like 3 months or something. And if you haven't wanted to go in the bag, you don't need it.
Yeah. But I have to say, it was one of the best things I ever did, was going, okay, I'm just having what I don't wear. And some of them, it was because the weather had not been right. And so I wasn't like, they're not going anywhere because the weather might be right next year. Some of it was, I just didn't like the way it felt on my body. And I was like, okay, then you have to go, because I don't like how I feel in it. So.
But this is the thing. I think because some of my stuff has shrunk, I used to feel great in it. And
then
now it's pulling on my boobs, or it's pulling on my arms, and then I'm frustrated. Or like one of my favourite dresses, I used to wear summer and winter, and it has now shrunk too much to wear in the winter, I think, because it's weirdly mid-calf.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just looks really wrong with a boob. Like, I can do, because I'm quite short. Well, everyone knows on this podcast I'm quite short. I can do a short skirt, and I can do a really long skirt. But knee-ish makes me look like I'm at school.
So you could try what Lena Norms came up with. I'm just a big fan at the moment. She's been learning to sew, and she did an episode of her video where she's like, if things are not working in your wardrobe, you could add or subtract something to see if it could work. So she's like, you could subtract a bit of the fabric to turn it into a top, or you could add something to it. And I really love that idea of, if it's not working, what could I add or subtract to get it to work?
I think that's a really good idea. I might have to think that, because sometimes it's also, I've learnt that. Am I allowed to name and shame, or shall we beep me? But there's a certain fabric brand that I find shrinks really badly.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Does it mean with them?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it's very expensive. And it's incredibly, it's really, really expensive, the brand I'm thinking of. And it shrinks. And this is the 4th garment I've had in fabric that shrunk really badly. So, and others aren't, that are the same fabric.
Okay.
So part of me is thinking now as well, like, for example, my Size Me Sewing Essential skirt, it's viscose, and I was like, if that shrinks, I'm going to cry. So I've just hand washed it. That's actually one thing I have learnt this year. Hand washing everything on honeymoon. It's kind of like when I learnt to hand sew properly last year. It's now not a pain.
Yeah.
And it's actually
doing it this time of year is a bit of a pain, but
well, yeah.
We don't know the tumble dryer, so I don't go into the hand sewing though. I definitely, like you, I love a bit of hand sewing now. And in fact, I'm thinking of hand quilting some of my memory quilt.
God,
like, who am I?
Oh my God, who are? No, seriously, who are you?
Yeah, I know. It's so interesting, isn't it? This evolution of, like, because it's back to that experience. I've been doing quite a bit in between other things of English paper piecing. I love the rhythm of just stitching them together, and I have literally sat in very stressful meetings for work with English paper piecing below the screen, stitching them together.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that.
Me calm.
No, I totally get that. I have a practice of writing down what I wish I could say out loud in meetings.
Oh no,
when I'm at home, only when I'm at home.
When I WhatsApp those two. But yeah, but it just that rhythm and I just sitting while you're watching TV, just doing that stops me scrolling on my phone. It means I pay proper attention to what I'm watching. So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, I will say one thing actually I have been doing a lot of. I haven't been sewing, but I have been playing the piano. And I am
Nice.
nearly back to I played from being 7 till I was 17. And when I was 17, I was playing for 4 or 5 hours a day. So I was about grade 7, around there. And I loved it. And my parents stopped my lessons for a variety of reasons. So I kept playing. So I was like, oh God, I don't want to lose this. Like, I don't want to lose the ability to do it. But then obviously I went to university and didn't have a piano, and then lived away from home in a flat and didn't have a piano. And we got given a little keyboard in lockdown. So I sort of restarted a little bit then, but it wasn't a great keyboard. And I was frustrated because anything you go back to that you used to be good at after a long break, you get extremely annoyed. Then we got given a much nicer piano as a wedding present last year, and it's actually the piano that played me down the aisle, which is
Yes,
very,
I
very
remember
special.
that. Yeah.
Because Ash wanted to get a proper upright for their house, and he was like, "I've had this one under the bed for years, and I just don't want it in my house anymore. I will just give it to you." And I was like, "Cheers, thank you." And Adam has been learning. So as a result of Adam learning and Adam asking me loads of questions and getting my mind back into that space, I've moved from playing to practicing again.
Nice.
And I can now play 3 or 4 Chopin waltzes again, which is so nice. And we're getting back to the point now where I can play as a form of relaxation.
Nice.
As opposed to it, because when you're relearning something, it's annoying. I'm now getting back to the point where I can sit and play, and obviously I can now practice and challenge myself, which is good. We should do that. But I can play for relaxation again, and I do think that's what's kept my brain going for the last 3 months when I haven't been able to sew as much, because it's something else creative, isn't it?
Yeah,
Something you can
definitely.
do differently, or
Yeah, I've been writing. I
Ooh,
put another
I saw
stuff.
your Substack today. I haven't read it yet, but I
Yeah,
saw your Substack.
it's a really interesting one called Surrender. So
Yes, I liked the theme and was instantly
mm.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to read that,"
Yeah, I've often
because
written privately for myself, over the years, in points of challenge and things, but actually writing I've done it. Substack, there's probably about 6 articles on there now that I've done this year. And I want to try and do it a bit more regularly. I really quite like doing it. And
well,
I
I
think,
think you write beautifully.
thank
You
you.
really do.
Ah,
And I love reading.
yeah.
I feel like with the way you write, it's very thoughtful and very
So it's
um
another part of me.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
very pensive, and I enjoy that.
yeah. Mm.
You should definitely, anyone who doesn't read Sam's Substack, you absolutely should, because it's great and
That's
it's
very
really, really
kind
fun.
of you.
So what are you sewing at the moment? What's the plan? Are you sewing anything for Christmas? Obviously, you're doing your memory quilt. Anything else
Yeah.
on the books? And lots of
So,
boucle.
I've sewn some dresses for Tilly. I've just got to finish them. She had a massive go through my wardrobe, found some things she liked, so that was
Very
fun.
good. Nice.
So I'm almost finished those. So a Westcliff for her and a Seasons of East, summer in New York,
Very nice.
tailored to suit her style. And those 2 dresses are so easy to adapt to different lengths and stuff, which is nice.
Mhm.
I am going to make a boucle jumper. So I've made a boucle coat and jacket. One of the
Lovely.
jackets not quite resolved yet. The bubblegum pink coat works well. So I'm going to make a boucle jumper, probably like an LB pullover or something, just something that's snuggly and autumnal colours. And then I think it's velvet sequin time.
Nice. Okay.
So I think there's going to be a sweatshirt with sequin sleeves. But I've also been looking and thinking about making my own velvet sequin applique to go on something.
Oh,
And
that would
Tilly
be
has
cool.
requested a velvet top for Christmas. So yeah, we got all the velvet and sequin out the other day because
Very nice.
I have to say I packed the velvets and sequins in a box because I don't like to pack fabrics away and not see them, because I think it's a dangerous road to go down, because suddenly you can lose track of what you've got. But
Yeah.
velvet and sequins, generally that is a one time a year project. So
And
the box
sequins
came down.
all other fabrics as well, so it's good to
Tell me
have
about it.
a
And they're quite
separate,
heavy and they're hard to
Yeah.
store, like all my rest. So the box came down, we had a big go through looking what we was in the mood for. And also that's good because it means I'm not buying any. I don't need any. I need to use what I've got. So definitely going to be doing that. And there's something else as well. What is it? Oh, I've made another quilted jacket, Kel Surprise.
Oh my god. Like, surely it's a 1 in, 1 out policy at this
Yes,
point.
it is. I gave another one away recently.
Okay, well that's good. That's good.
Yes, you'll be pleased to know I am actually operating a 1 in, 1 out. You'll be very
It's
relieved to
not
know.
like me, it's your like downstairs bathroom, I assume. If there's any more in there, you won't be able to actually like be
Yes.
in there as well.
For our listeners to know, we've got one of those downstairs loos that fits under the stairs. So as the stairs goes up, there's like a little cupboard that's the horrific shoe cupboard, and then there's the downstairs loo. And I can't really reach the coat hooks in our hallway, so I have to do like
They
some sort of
are
gymnastics.
oddly
They're
tall.
very high up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
stupidly
you might
tall.
be sitting there thinking, why have you got them that high? We rent, the previous people who owned the house were very tall. We've got to live with that. So the downstairs loo has a hook in it. So of course that's much easier for me, but it's just quite rightly says it does take up. It sort of gets further and further out from the hook. There was a chat the other week where I was told this is a bit bulky, so I had to slim it down.
That's
Because
such a polite way of saying
yeah,
I've become part of the coats. They've accepted me as one of them.
yeah. And of course, quilted jackets are a little bit bulky, aren't they? So I did have a yeah. So one of them has found a new home. One that I knew I wasn't going to wear. I just I'd known that, but I was like, why is it still in the house? And so I made the spaghetti western sewing Rue quilted jacket, which has a collar. A lot of them don't have a collar, and it has a good size collar.
You love a big collar.
Even though I size down, it's still quite big, which you want when you've got a bulky jumper underneath. But I'm going to make the next size down as well, just to see. And also I realised I needed a plainer quilted jacket. I know it's a really odd thing for me to say, but I did.
Now, can I ask, is this quilted jacket after I'm just looking at your account to remind myself, the Friday Pattern Company Ilford quilted jacket?
So,
or is that
recently,
fabric not quilted? Is that fabric that looks like a... Oh, it looks like to me because of the lines.
Ah, that's a curtain.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So that was the October sew up cycle. So that was an Ilford jacket made from some kids' curtains, and I kept the lining of the curtains and incorporated them straight into the jacket.
That's cool. That's really, really cool.
So that was fun to make. The Ilford is a very straightforward make, and I know not everyone's a fan. I do find the shape of the sleeves a little odd on it, I have to say.
It's weird. I've made a couple of Ilfords, notably my favourite yellow one I made for Soy La Friende. I will say the Ilford's really easy to line.
Yes.
If you don't need a pattern for it, you can just line it. Really, really easy.
No.
The sleeve triangles are weird.
They are.
And they're really weird because if you cut them in the lining, you get a nice clear triangle because it's like a curtain or something. But when you cut it in a bulky fabric, it's not that clear.
And I flat felled the seams because the curtain fabric was a bit frayy as well. So that was fun. I did it, but it was fun. I
haven't made my peace with flat felled seams yet. I had a go at them a few years ago and they just went so wrong that I need a minute. But maybe I need to be rehabbed to flat fell seams or more experienced.
And so that was not a quilted jacket, but the
it just looked like applique.
Yeah, the Rue I don't think I've actually put a picture up yet because it's not fully finished. But I wore it to London last weekend, even though it wasn't fully finished. No, it was just the right colour for the outfit I was wearing. I mean, you need the right jacket for your outfit, don't you? So I dyed that. That was dye. I dyed a piece of a quilt that I'd got from a charity shop to get it the colour I wanted, and it worked really well.
Nice. I like that. I need recommendations for... Okay. I need a black duster coat. I need like an ankle, not ankle, but like mid-calf, ankle length black duster coat, like a proper one, because my coat is about mid-thigh and it's fine with a mini skirt, totally fine. But with a trouser or with a long skirt, it just looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
And I used to have one It's just so odd. I used to have a black duster coat from French Connection that I wore until the lining was destroyed. Like, literally, stuff was you'd put something in the pocket, just fall out the coat. Like, absolutely ruined. And I wore it for such a long time, so I had to go a couple of years back. And I've never found a coat as good. But I do not want to have to do fully tailored shoulders or anything. And I had such a bad experience with the other coat I made. Do you remember?
Yeah. What was
I
that
can't remember what that
called?
was now.
Yeah.
Atelier Jupe?
What's it called? Is it no? What's it called? I can pick novella.
No.
No.
It's I think it's Atelier something. I want to say Atelier Jupe.
Well, anyway, I know the
It's a
answer for
3-part
you.
vlog series and it was terrible. So yes, give me your recommendation, please.
You want to go to So Liberated. So Liberated. The silver, and I know I had a bit of a sitch with the boucle and the velvet. That wasn't the pattern. That was me choosing
Okay.
strange fabrics. And lovely instructions on how to line it as well. All included without any extra payment, can I just say? That's
Nice.
come out recently. That's annoying me about that.
Oh, I am so out of it. I don't know what's come out recently. What's come out recently?
It's the new Fabric Godmother coat. You have to pay extra for the lining instructions.
Sorry. We'll have to beat
Yeah,
that bit anyway, but excuse me?
I know. So I'm got my positive pants on. So Liberated, Sylvan, includes
Really?
instructions
Got
on
my
how to do it.
furious pants.
I'm wearing positive pants today. And then So Liberated also have the lichen or lichen, depending on how you
Yes.
pronounce it, which is a duster coat.
Okay.
And then they have the Risotto, which is their new one that can be done as a quilted coat, but I've seen someone do it in a lovely denim. So they have a really good coat collection. Their instructions are chef's kisses
Okay.
and all of the elements. There's plenty of info on their website and all that sort of thing. So yeah, go and have a look at those. I am so wanting to make the lichen. I think it's a lichen. Let me just check. Hang on.
Okay, I've got So Liberated open.
Yeah.
So there is the lichen duster, which looks like it's the thinner fabric, but it looks good.
But you don't have to do it for thinner fabric. I've seen it in a range of fabrics. Really nice.
Nice. Okay. Potentially, yes. That does look
Have a look at the
nice.
silver, and that's nice as well.
Sylvan's not on their website.
Definitely is. It's a bit further down. Yeah, so the Viterbo is their newest
It
one.
is. See, I don't know. I might have a look at the lichen or lichen.
Yeah.
Can't remember anymore.
Lichen?
I-
Is it spelled? I don't know. I can't work out.
I mean,
how I'm
that is
saying
how
it.
you spell lichen.
Yeah. I don't know. But
But also,
that is designed to be, if you look at the pieces in the lichen, it has lovely back pieces.
mhm.
You need to look at the line
It
joints.
has.
They made
Where
them
are
all
them?
in linen, which I don't think was the best idea. But if you look at
No.
the line drawings, you can see the lovely back pieces on it.
Oh, okay, and that's like
Yeah,
quite vented. That's pretty.
yeah.
Okay,
Nice,
so
isn't it?
maybe that. I think I also saw what's it called? Thing Place. Is it Tessuti?
I have to say I've never
Think.
made any Tessuti pattern, so
Me neither, but I've heard really
Mm.
good things. Um, but then also, with a coat, you're like, I kind of want to try one of your more basic patterns to know
yeah.
if
Yeah,
you're
if you
someone I want
like
to
the
buy
way
a
they
coat
write them.
from.
Oh, I
Although
tell
I
you
have
who's the
to
other one.
say, oh yeah,
Oh, go on. Go on. What was you going to say?
I was going to say the Tessuti Florence. I'm quite a fan of actually.
What's that?
It's long wool coat vibes, but it's got like no collar, so that's possibly the only downside because I do like a collar. But it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's got really big pockets, and it's got like a sort of collar up here that then scoops down. Like the
Yeah.
like
Have
that
a
goes all the way
look at
down.
the twig and tail flourish coat. Oh, it is gorgeous.
If anyone else listening is thinking about coat sewing, and is finding this useful, hooray! That is amazing.
Isn't it
That
beautiful?
might be too voluminous for me,
Yeah,
but it is
but
beautiful.
look at the Grove coat. That's quite a nice one if you're looking
Is
for
that
something
twig
that's
and
just
tail?
yes.
God, their website's much nicer than it was last time I looked at it.
Yeah, it's a nice website. And they have
Oh.
excellent like blog posts with adaptations and pocket variety that you can add to the coat. There's an entire pocket pack where you can put 10 different pockets on, and an entire collar pack, so you can choose different collars to go on the coat.
See that? That's some. Oh, hang on. The Grove coat's brilliant.
Yeah.
The Grove
But the
coat's
Grove
really
coat,
nice.
you can choose from the 5 different collars and the 10 different pockets.
Oh, that's really good because I don't.
Yeah.
I do not need a hood.
No, they've got lovely collars and lovely pockets.
Oh, well, this is a great discovery. Anyone
Yeah.
listening, go and look at this because
Go to Twig and Tail. Still not enough people know about Twig and Tail, and I
their
keep talking
website.
about them, but
Their website is stunning. Like, it's
yeah.
so pretty.
And
And it's something as well that I like.
I love their whole inclusivity, the whole adaptation for different body types, the details. They don't charge you any extra for like all the instruction videos they do, and it's like an extra like £3.50 or something for like 5 more different collars.
That is stupidly good value.
Mm.
That's really nice because I think this is the thing. I haven't done any coat sewing in ages because I really did need a break after last time. It
Yeah.
did not go well. But I want a black duster coat, and I just don't like the ones I see in the shop. So I'm gonna have to do it myself.
Yeah.
Because I know I'll wear it from now until April.
Mm.
So it's worth doing, and I'll wear it
Yeah.
every single year, you know? It's just
Yeah.
finding the right silhouette, isn't it?
Yeah. I've made 2 of the Marilla Walker Jurassic coat, which is a free pattern, and
Okay.
it is a raglan, but it has like a pleat at the front and the back, which creates like a bit of interesting shape. But it is
Okay.
like it's not a shawl collar; it's just like an open collarless. But it's a nice sort of like coating and coat type thing, but it's quite oversized, so I had to make the smallest size that was available. Um,
Okay.
but it was a really enjoyable make. I made my most recent one in a bright pink boucle, and even the boucle was fine with the pleat. So
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. So
yeah,
some great recommendations here. And this is good because even just having this conversation is making me more likely to sew. Um,
I'm sending you a
I guess
picture of the
oh,
boucle coat right now. It's hard to see because I've
really,
got all the stuff on, but
were you not wearing it on your story the other day?
oh, I don't know.
I feel
I'm
like
not
you
sure.
were. Because I think I got excited that you were wearing an incredible pink coat. Oh, that's
Probably.
such a good coat. Oh, I love it. No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's so good. Oh my god. And I also love skirt, trousers, the tartan.
Skirt. It is the spaghetti western sewing Henrietta skirt. I love it. It's such an
It's
unusual pattern.
lovely.
So it has like side panels, but it's got like a yoke at the top and then a gathered piece. It's a really unusual, nice pattern.
Nice.
Yeah.
We
And
love that.
I
And
love saying spaghetti western sewing. What a great
I
name.
know.
Yeah.
That is, it's a mouthful, but in a great way. Like it's sort of
Yes.
very recognizable.
Yeah. Really nice.
And it
And I like
also, in a world of overly simplified, expensive patterns, let's start using pattern brands that are smaller
yeah,
and offering beautiful individualized designs and like
definitely. Yeah.
showing a bit of
There's
flair,
some
you
good
know?
some good ones out there actually. So
Oh, now that is something we do have to say in this episode. Obviously, we recorded a couple of absolute bangers of episodes in someone's words from my DMs in the summer. Obsessed with that. Thank you guys.
yeah.
Where we talked about our honest opinions on lots of
Mm.
stuff. Now it turns out lots of you agree with us.
Yeah.
So
I didn't do
firstly,
it to look for agreement, but it was interesting how many people weren't upset by
yeah,
us
I
saying
think
it.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I think it's not so much that we were like, oh, thank God, but more, I love the messages we got
Mm.
and I love the conversations we had. And I really think we had some really productive conversations with people about what they want from patterns and that they were really happy maybe seeing or hearing from us about like our honest experiences as well. And I
Yeah.
kind of just want to say as well, yeah, we've had a little bit of a break, but we're still us. We're
Yeah.
still very much
Yeah.
what you signed up for.
Yeah.
We're here and we're never not gonna share our honest experiences with
Mm.
you. That's kind of what this podcast is about. Um, but we really appreciated all of your insights, all of your thoughts, the response to the episode. Like, I know Sam thinks the same. Like, we really appreciated how much you shared with us as well. So thank you so much for that. I was quite, I think, surprised in some ways by how big a response it got.
Yeah.
I kind of, do you
And
know what I
also
mean?
the
'Cause
fact that,
sometimes it feels like it's just me and you talking into a screen. So
yeah, and also I've been surprised about people saying, "Are you coming back? Where have you gone? I've missed you in my routine." And I'm, "Oh, sorry, we will come back." And knowing that actually people don't just want, they want us in their ears. I like that. And I love how this is different to doing YouTube and
yeah,
Instagram. I do. It's not that we didn't love it. It's just, well, it was just finding time, wasn't it? Because
yeah,
I have chats with you on here that are completely different from what I do on YouTube, and I love them both equally, but they are different. And yeah, it is nice that our chats on here. They are, well, we're just,
yeah.
well, it's
They're
two
different.
friends having a chat.
Well,
You know.
exactly. It's different, but it's also like it's it's really nice because this is when we catch up as well. So I did really feel an absence of us catching up. I will say that sounds like we're just podcast friends. We're not. We are like friends. But we're two very busy people, and when you go
Yeah.
through stuff in life, I know I have a terrible habit of just vanishing off the face of the earth. Which I mean, I've barely even been on Instagram and stuff, but it's so nice to just have this time, even just to chat to you, Sam, and to like catch up together and enjoy that, and that's really nice.
Yeah, sorry, I've
It's
just had a random face appear at the door who will now be starring on the podcast announcing, "Are you still going?" Yes,
I mean,
we
Adam
are.
did wander through the background, so
Yes,
hi.
dear podcast listeners, we do have other people in our lives who
We do. We
are
do.
suspicious of how we can talk this long, I think.
Do you know what? I adore my mother-in-law was chatting to me the other night, because actually I've arranged to do a really Christmassy thing. I'm going to go and sing carols at St Martin's in the Fields
Nice.
with my mother-in-law, which is going to be really nice
Yeah.
because I'm not in any way religious, but what I am is a music kid, and I have realised as an adult that, oh, why don't I feel Christmassy? It's because my entire childhood Christmases were shaped around music.
Yeah.
So I've got myself a big book of Christmas music for the piano, but also like this time of year through school, this is when you started learning desk
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
so like, and everything shifted. So I thought, you know what, let's go and do something Christmassy.
Mm.
But I was chatting away to her and she goes, oh, you know, I better not be on the phone too long. Because earlier I was on the phone to my friend, her name, and after 3 hours, the phone just stopped working. It just stopped. She was like, I found the limit of the phone. It was like a landline. I've never, so
I never
funny.
know.
This who knew? Who knew? But we probably should wrap this one up. This has been an incredibly random episode, but
Yeah.
very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Very
Really
enjoyable.
nice to that, yeah. There was some sewing, there was some other stuff,
Yeah,
as usual.
I've vibed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, Jess, we will be back. I would say we're planning to be, it'd be nice if we could be back before the new year, give people something
Yeah,
else.
I'd like
Yeah.
to do something Christmassy.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. And I think we're gonna have a chat after this. You've had the good stuff. We're then gonna do the planning now. That's what we're gonna do.
gonna
Go
do
away
the
now
admin,
and do
we
the
won't
admin now. The podmin. Yeah.
Oh my god, Podmin.
Yes,
How have
the
we not
podmin.
done Podmin? That's
Yes.
what it's going in my diary as
Yeah,
now.
that's going in my diary as podmin. Yeah. Sounds like it's something like off in the Night Garden or something. It's off one like CBeebies program, doesn't it? The podmin arrives.
Yeah, it does. It's like
Yeah.
half Doctor Who character, but a good one.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
feel like
but
they're quite small, cute characters that
yeah,
wander around.
exactly.
Yes.
They're being
Yeah.
threatened by something.
Yes.
No, I'm enjoying
So
that.
we'll
We're
do the
gonna do that.
podmin, and then you'll find out. We'll put it on things. We'll pop up again. You'll like be like, oh, there they are again. They've done
But
some podmin. Yeah.
we'll do something before Christmas because it is November
Yeah.
now. We've got time.
Yeah.
And I think we will plan what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
how we're gonna do it, and maybe we would love to know your thoughts on what you
Yeah.
would like for our next season of the pod. I
Yeah.
think it would be really good if you tell us, do you want more guests? Do you want less guests? Do you want episodes like this? Do you want us to focus on topics? tell us. Tell us on Instagram, tell us in DMs, tell us in
comments.
You can email us, phonenewbiscuit@gmail.com. You can tell us in Facebook group. You can message us. You can, I don't know, interpretive dance it at us, whatever.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think, how you're feeling, what you want from us, and we will do our absolute best to make sure our next season is not only our best ever, but also our most punctual. So
that's a big promise you made there now.
to be fair, we haven't been that punctual previously, so
Yeah.
it may not be that big a promise.
Yeah. Actually schedule like a regular day and just because I saw you on Instagram saying your diary's filling up for next year already. So I've got to get in there, listeners.
Yes,
I've got to get in. Yeah.
You do. But also I saw that on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, it's me. It's me. I would love a regular pod day. I think I would love a regular sort of pod chat to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Not alive because it's alive anyway, but like to keep it at the forefront of the mind.
Yes.
That would be really fun. But no, thank you guys so much for listening. We've had such a great time. We will.
And at that point we lost Jess. We will not lose Jess. So she disappeared and then returned. Jess has had a bit of a fight with her laptop during this recording that it keeps trying to use a different mic. She's just passed out now. What I will say to you is we have started working on something exciting for 2026 and we had an email the other day about it, but we will see you. Jess is making faces. She can't speak, so I can say whatever I want at this point, listeners, which is amazing. So we will be updating you soon, but we will, I promise, be back. So thank you so much for your support. Bye from me and Jess, who's gone silent. She's like looking at her mic. Hang on a minute. I can't even stop the recording now. Hang on, there's the button. Where's the button?